John Fahey. A delight to see you again. How are you? How was your trip down from the 9th floor?
Fine, except for the photo editors who jumped on the elevator on the 8th floor. Those picture people think they run this place. Hey, thanks for seeing me on such short notice.
No problem. I'm always here for you. So, how is the story coming along?
Okay, I guess. Well, actually, not so good. My first draft feels ponderous and heavy. Not sustainable. Truth be told, I'm overwhelmed. I have plenty of material. And I have enough facts to paralyze the magazine's research division for a decade. But I have no story. No narrative. No point. I'm shooting blanks.
Well, your emails from the field during the past 15 years are fascinating. Licensing deals. Brand extensions. The partnership with Rupert Murdoch. The international editions of the magazine. The tentpole events. Mission programs. And don't forget our TV shows that are really just long advertisements. That's groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, well, those initiatives seemed like good ideas at the time. But now, looking back, not so much.
How so?
Well, take licensing. Do you know we recently signed a deal with a company that got an F, a failing grade of F, from the Better Business Bureau? Did you know that National Geographic bedroom furniture is now sold at discountqualityfurniture.com? Not very classy. Or have you looked at our own website for National Geographic's home collection? One link says, coming soon in fall 2009, but it's now 2011. This is embarrassing.
So forget licensing. How about the channel? You once said the Society's future was dependent on the success of our cable TV venture.
That is ancient history. Experts now tell me that TV channels are living fossils. They say digital technology means channels will soon be extinct.
That's why you diversified. If one bet doesn't pay off, you have other media projects in your portfolio. Like our tentpole events. What's the latest one? The project with the running zebras?
You mean Great Migrations?
Yeah.
A total disaster. We produced a high-definition TV series that reminded folks of the TV show Planet Earth, which everyone saw on the Discovery Channel back in 2006. Discovery's ratings were sensational. Our ratings sucked.
What about the companion coffee table book? It was so damn big it could actually be a coffee table.
Do you know anyone who actually bought the book? No. I didn't think so. We printed 8 gazillion copies. Now we are swimming in red ink.
Then focus on your bread and butter, National Geographic's mission programs. To inspire people to care about the planet. I love that. Very inspiring. That's your baby. That's our DNA. Right? Run with that. Because people like the nature stuff. Let's brainstorm. Maybe you should tell the mission program's story from the point of view of a lion. That's right, a lion. Imagine Simba the lion is in danger. But then Derek and Beverly Joubert arrive with their cameras to make a movie and save the day. All thanks to NGS.
No. That's stupid. Besides, mission programs is a financial drain. It just sucks away my cash. How can I write a coherent story around a business unit that only spends money?
Because by strengthening the mission, you burnish the brand. And with a strong brand that says, we are the good guys, you can then raise lots of money from rich people. The way NPR got that big gift from Joan Kroc.
Would you give National Geographic millions of dollars if you knew that Rupert Murdoch was hovering in the wings?
Well, then let's build the story around Murdoch. He's the biggest media mogul in the world and he's your partner. How cool is that? Let's call your story The Rise of International Geographic. It's about how you and Rupert are conquering the world together by rallying nations to save what sustains us all, Mother Earth. It's a story about healing and redemption.
Stop it. I beg of you. Just stop. Globalization looks good on paper, but I'm trying to please so many people and so many different places, I've lost track of who I am. I've forgotten what I really care about. And the truth is, the National Geographic brand is getting bitch-slapped by Murdoch. And I can't stop him. And even if I could, what's my rationale? After years of letting Fox push us into doing shows about prisons and prostitution, it's a bit late to take the high road.
I'm beginning to see the problem.
That's no help. I need a solution. And fast. My deadline is looming.
What if we break the 8,000 words into very short essays? One about your adventure with Christians in Africa. Another about business lessons you have learned from Steve Case. Call it Postcards from the Executive Suite. Keep it short. Your readers will thank you.
But I don't like dumbing this down. I have a chance here to say something that could be the North Star for NGS for years to come. My manifesto. My magnum opus. It feels like a huge opportunity, and to shorten it up seems wrong. I'm bigger and better than that.
You're right. You are. We gotta make this work. Let me ask you something, John. What's the one thing you've done here as CEO that makes you the most proud? What's the one project that, while you were doing it, you thought, this is me. This is why I came here. This is what God put me on earth to do.
Why do you ask?
Because I think we are approaching this backwards. We are looking at the policies of John Fahey, CEO and chairman of the board. But we are not talking about John Fahey, the person. John Fahey, the man.
What are you babbling about now?
You. I'm talking about you. You're playing a role. You're acting. I have a hunch you're saying what you think people expect you to say. You are not leading.
You are crazy.
Think so? Do you remember the National Geographic movie U2 in 3D?
Of course.
Do you remember the resistance you faced from other executives when you said you wanted to produce the film?
Sure. They told me that U2 and human rights were not part of the NGS mission. But I said that the National Geographic Society was, in its heyday, a force for human rights, freedom, and democracy.
When you took that stand, do you remember what it felt like?
It felt great.
And do you know what it feels like when you see National Geographic's good name slapped on crappy products you'd never buy? Or when our TV channel in India is used to recruit soldiers for India's military? Or how it feels to censor our stories about censorship in China just to please our Chinese partners?
It feels lousy.
Maybe you need to start listening to John Fahey. Maybe you need to tell readers the truth. You've done some good stuff. You've also made some mistakes. We all do. It's what makes us human. But given the dramatic changes in the media world, you're now ready to make some dramatic changes too. You can shift course. You can take our society in a new direction.
But I can't. The board of trustees would smell weakness. And they would throw my ass to the sharks faster than I could say, survival of the fittest.
Look, you have two choices. Write this from your heart. Or bail out on this cover story and shorten it up, Twitter style. Which will mean the photo editors will cover your 32 pages with cheated pictures. Well, what do you think? Can you do it?
Okay. I'll give it a try. But what if it doesn't work?
Look at it this way, John. What we're doing now doesn't seem to be working either. I gotta take this. Let's talk in a few days. Is that okay?
Sure. Thanks. Thanks very much.
My pleasure. And John? Just remember this, there's only one you. Don't ever let anyone persuade you that you're somebody else.